Welcome back, folks. Hopefully, you have enjoyed your time away, but it's time to get back to racing as Daytona International Speedway. We are here for the LNS 75 at the beautiful World Center of Racing here at the Daytona International Speedway, the High Bankings 2.5 mile oval, as it is a beautiful day out here on the track. 75 degrees, mostly cloudy on the track. It's about 72 in air track, 75 track temperatures. You're right around here on board with that 101 machine, Dakota Shepherd. Is that Chevy Silverado going to be setting lap number 2? Had a handful of drivers qualify here. But speaking of drivers here tonight, boys, as it's going to be Chris, Josh, and Kiwis, and Jeremiah Hobbs up here in the booth. Jeremiah decided to hop out of the truck. We know you're moving up, Jeremiah. So, heck yeah, glad all you boys are up here in the booth. Man, a lot of new names. What are we expecting here tonight?
It's a good question. I mean, it's Daytona. That's for any series you could ask that question of what we're going to expect. I think we'll know after the first stage, after the first 30 laps. We're going to have to see pit stop for fuel. So we'll see how this is all going to go. It depends on people's how pacey they are here at the beginning.
It's going to be a lot of new drivers, and one thing we can touch on is these super speedway races, man. It's same kind of a place you picked up your first win. Jeremiah, you know what it's like to get out there and dish side by side with these boys for a good bit of laps. And then tonight we've got the truck guys going. So you hopping out of the truck just last season. What do you think is going through these drivers' heads as they're about to get ready to go 75 laps? I mean, this is the opening race of the season, man, and these are probably for not maybe everybody in the field, but a lot of these drivers probably have no idea who they're lining up next to. This is maybe their first time even seeing that these people even exist on the platform, man. So just take us through, what you think's going through some of these drivers' heads, or just how they're feeling before we get into this event here.
Biggest thing is knowing it's the first race of the year. Some people may not take it much to heart. It's a long season, but if you can start the season off strong, it definitely helps in the long run. Luckily, I had a really good fortunate teammate, so I think the biggest thing is having teamwork. That's what's going to win you the race, because when I was here last year in the truck race as a rookie, I had no teammates, so it made it hard, and I got lucky missing a wreck, but teammates and teamwork is probably going to be the biggest thing here for these guys tonight.
I'm definitely interested to see how these drivers take this race in stride. Like you were saying, you hit on a good point. Some of these drivers maybe not taking this race, and they're not that they're not going to be taking it serious per se, but taking it, I guess, with a little bit, less of what's the word I'm looking for? That mental stress. It's the first race of the season. I mean, we know it's Daytona. Everybody knows what is capable of happening at a super speedway track. So, realistically, I think a lot of the boys are just going to go in here tonight, and I think we're just going to see some guys have some fun. I feel like we might see a little bit of early aggression, but if it's one thing that these boys aren't used to, it's Bluegrass race controls. So if we got some new drivers, we might see a little bit of craziness out there. It's going to be a big shock factor when that Bluegrass race control comes hammering down.
Yeah, I think so. I think tonight will be good, though. I think it's going to be fun. Seeing all the new names, of course, seeing who we're going to see this year. We still got some old names like Doug Neal, Joey Doucette, of course, Wes Wiegand, Daniel Worthington, David Brackett, Ed Osborne, Jason Bridges, Robert Richards. So we still got some people in here from last season, so especially Tyler Johnson, too. But there's still a lot of new name guys, too.
Yeah, one of the things that we're gonna have to look out for, Josh. We didn't get to catch the Bluegrass race last season. We came in a couple of races late into the season, so it's gonna be a lot of fun to get to watch these guys actually go out here and dice it out on the greatest oval that's ever graced the face of the earth.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It's fun to see. Not only, I think, from a perspective as qualifying did just end, only 20 drivers did qualify. But as they're getting gridded up, I was just saying, Chris, I think it's going to be fun, man. We weren't a part of this from the start, like Jeremiah and everybody that's kind of been a part of this. I mean, I guess you could say in that sense. It's just going to be fun, man. We're going into a new season. I mean, season 2 here of the 2021 season, and I'm excited to see what the truck's got for us here. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to go through your qualifying grid here tonight for the LNS Customs 75 here at the beautiful Daytona International Speedway, as Joey Doucette is going to be on your pole position. That number 16 machine going to sit on the pole here tonight with that 77 of Doug Nill on his outside lane, sitting P2. This is going to be Brett Nielsen. He's going to be lined up in that P3 spot. Cody Verrill going to be lined up P4 with Christopher Blanchard. He's going to be lined up in that P5 spot. Then West Wiegand line up in P6. Sorry about the cameras not seeming to work right now. Then we got Bobby Mashevsky. Is that how we say it? That's how he said it? Matuszewski? That's right, Jeremiah?
Matuszewski.
Okay, yeah, sorry. That 72 machine. He's lined up P7 with Dakota Shepard lining up P8. And then it's going to be Joshua McKinney. He's going to be lining up P9 with Michael York, rounding out your top 10. So David Brackett going to line up P11 with Daniel Worthington, P12. Eli Raposa, I'm going to assume, is going to be lining up P13 with Scott Madden in that P14 spot. Trent Cameron going to be lining up P15 with Eric Gaskins, P16. Bobby Hall Jr., he's going to be lined up in that P17 spot with Torrey Thompson in 18th. And it's going to be Taylor Peacock, who hasn't currently gridded up yet, going to be lined up P19th. And then Ed Osborne, one of the mans that made it into the round of 4 last season, that showed a lot of momentum towards the end of the season. Going to be looking forward to him in this race. He's going to be rounding out your field in that top 20. Or not rounding out your field, but rounding out your top 20, excuse me. And then it's going to be Jason Bridges in that 34 machine. He's going to be lined up P21 with Robert Richards in that P22 spot. Going to go to Josh Clemens in that 99 machine with Logan Smith in that 85. Going to be lined up P3 or P23 and P24, excuse me. Brian Terry going to be lined up P25 with Logan Russell. P26, Travis Twitty. He's going to be lined up in that P7 or P27 position. Man, I'm all out of sorts right now. With Alan Duranco, he's going to be lining up P28. Then Ron Morris, P29. CJ Mason at P30. Anthony Stevens, P31. David Proctor, P32. Actually, P34. Josh Lockwood, P33. And then it's going to be Dean Klein and Tyler Johnson running out your field. Sorry about that, man. Just a little bit of jitters right here. Haven't been in Bluegrass. I'm getting ready to call a race here in a moment, so I'm excited, man. Just a little bit of excitement coming out. So very excited to see how these boys are about to get this done. I mean, we got Joey Doucette and Doug Nill up on the pole. 2 familiar faces of this Bluegrass League, so it's good to see that we don't got any rookies up there on the pole yet. But right now, it's going to be fun to see how Joey and Doug take this field to the green and how these boys are going to manage this first lap. I mean, 75 laps here at Talladega. That feels like it can take forever to finish, I swear. So I'm just interested to see how these drivers pick and choose their battles now as we go into tonight.
As the pace car is going to be going off, it's going to be really interesting to see how these drivers handle this track. We do know Talladega is one of those tracks that it can make or break you. You know, you can have a lot of strategy in a track like this. So it's going to be interesting to see how this comes down. What did I say?
Talladega.
I'm sorry, I meant Daytona. Excuse me.
All right, and the field is being told to tighten it up by race control. So seeing that field to the back of the pack, getting tied up a little bit. See that inside lane just sag a little bit. By the way, Travis Twitty. End of the line, but either way, green flag is out, baby. Bluegrass racing is back, Chris and Jeremiah, and man, that is awesome to say. Here we go, lap number 1 at the LNS Customs Daytona International Speedway, 75 laps, and we are going here tonight. Joey Doucette and Doug Nill, 2 wide, bringing the field into turn number 1 as they are stacked up 2 by 2 by 2, about 10, 11 rows back. We'll see these drivers down the back straightaway for the first time tonight and see how they'll manage these first draft. As you see already, Christopher Blanchard, that 19 machine hopping out of the draft. He's going to move himself towards the back of the pack.
Yeah, you see the 16 here of Joey Doucette. He's taking that inside lane. 77 to Doug Nill. He's riding that top lane. Looks like he's going to shut that door on that 16. Going to go in there and shut that door. You see the 11 there of Cody Verrill. He's going to be sitting at that top lane. So we'll see how these drivers handle going into turn 4, coming into the drivable.
Yeah, this draft package, you suck up really fast, so these momentums that these guys are going to get, they're going to learn who they can trust and who to be a little cautious around, so it'll be kind of interesting to see who's going to get greedy here at the first couple laps.
Yeah, a lot of new drivers, a lot of new things going on the track, so, you know, with drivers like Doug and Joey, they know they can get up there and run with each other, know how each other probably are going to drive around each other just a little bit. But, you know, everybody else in this field right now that's kind of around all these new faces, there's a lot more new faces than there is regulars right now in the truck series. So this is fun, man. I'm enjoying it. lap 2. We still got some good little 2x2 action here. And that 11 of Cody Farrell, man, doing a good job leading that outside lane as you see that 88 machine of Wes Wiegand as he's going to dive to the inside lane. The 101 of Dakota Shepard now going to be the second car in that outside lane. But coming here to lap number 33, or 33, not number 3, it's going to be that 77 of Doug Nill. Man, I've got my numbers all backwards right now.
Yes, I want to point out, you see that inside car, the one that's in front of the 72, that's actually the 10 of Brett Nilsson. Does not have a number on his car, but that is the 10 in that Chevy Silverado. So just going ahead and throwing that out there. Look at that, the 11 getting a little loose back there. Cody Farrell having a little bit of issue back there. You're going to see the 43 there of Josh McKinney getting a little bit of a run underneath him. But it looks like that outside lane starting to come back.
Worthington also went down to the apron. He dropped back to the back. He's currently sitting 19th. He was up there running around to that 10th position. That 113 machine decided to go on back. He's starting to see something he doesn't like in this pack. And you're starting to see that outside lane really starting to fall apart just a little bit. Big shove coming from that 16 of Joey Doucette is through the tribal for the 4th time here tonight. We'll see how these boys are going to manage now as we're starting to get settled in. These drivers really going to start getting comfortable with those race trucks around them. And now you're getting into that segment already where you're thinking, all right, we've been driving for a handful of laps. I feel comfortable enough around, this driver. I feel comfortable enough around that driver that you may start seeing some runs settle in, or you're going to see these drivers just really settle out. Eventually, you'll see, like that, Wes Wiegand fall into the back of the pack as well, that 88 machine. Not liking what he's seeing, or he's just wanting to hang out, that Flex Motorsport machine, as well as the 43. Looks like Joshua McKinney also deciding to pull his way back. Did it in a very awkward spot of the track. That's really going to lose him a lot of time. He's going to probably lose the lead draft off of that 43 machine. But either way, might see these drivers single file out, or we'll see them keep battling here coming to lap number 5.
Yeah, go ahead and give a shout out to the Facebook and the YouTube chat. Everybody that's out on that Facebook, let us know you're watching. Let us know who you're going for. Everybody out on that YouTube chat, do the same thing. Let us know who you're watching. Let us know who you're going for. Because right now, 5 laps in, it looks like it's looking like a really good race is going to be in front of us.
Yeah, I think the best situation too right now is for Doug Neal. Now the stage breaks at lap 30, coming to 31, but they only roughly get 20 laps of fuel, so they are going to pit. So being that first guy out there, you kind of feel it out, wait and see if there's a caution. If not, you might be the guy that sets the tone for who's going to be pitting. So I think we might get a pretty good green flag run here, but still a lot of questions up in the air right now.
Yeah, a lot of questions in the air. Really, I'm just trying to see which driver. Looks like right now that 77 of Doug Nill. I mean, it seems to be the guy up there. He's got that 16 following him on the low lane. The 2 Bluegrass veterans hooked up right now for the last 6 laps. But, we say that as you see, woo, looks like the 11 of Cody Farrell and that 10 of Brett Nilsson.
Keeping it out there.
So say they're hanging it out there, but man, realistically, as we see a plane land there in the back, that scared the crap out of me. I thought somebody was flying through the air or something. Realistically, what I was trying to say, though, I'm just excited to see what drivers are now going to manage to, come around and be that driver. I mean, we had a lot of guys that, moved up to Xfinity. I'm not really familiar with a lot of the drivers and what they're going to be doing out there. So it's just interesting to see, these plate tracks bring out the drivers in a lot of these drivers. So, I'm just more excited now to see who's going to be that guy that's going to try to get it done here tonight and go for that hero win here at Daytona. It's always sweet to win that opener at Daytona.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Josh, like you were talking about. These plate tracks, they really bring out the driver, because you have to learn how to be patient. You have to learn how to pick and choose when you want to move, when you want to make moves. You got to make sure the guy in front of you is not going to, check up going down the backstretch, because you do see a lot of these guys getting out. So, it's one of those things you have to play a lot of strategies in your head. You have to work out a lot of things also while trying to watch. Whoa, you see the 11 there, Cody Farrell getting really loose onto the quarter panel there of the 72 of Bobby Matshevsky. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry, but we'll get your name figured out here before too long, man. But yeah, you see a little bit of looseness going on from that 11 machine, but like you were saying, Doug Nill, Joey Doucette, they're just hooked out here in the front right now, just dragging everybody around.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing too is patience. I mean, the 11, he's been sticking it on that outside all these laps. I mean, I know we're only 8 laps in, but he's been staying out there, holding it, trying to get a feel for it, see who's trying to go up there with him. So a lot of guys are just testing, getting their toes in the water a little bit, getting a feel for it. But I think it's going to get interesting once later in the race, and I don't know if they'll do it for the stage with some 3-wide action so you can really get their way around cars.
Yeah, what you're going to notice if you look from behind that, we were on board with that 11 machine, you see that outside lane is just kind of got a couple of cars out there. It looks like everybody's kind of started filing in on that inside lane. So it's going to be interesting to see how these boys decide to move up to the front and see if that outside lane can start picking up a little bit more momentum, or if it's just going to stagnate out with those 5 trucks that are sitting out there right now.
He's sitting up there for 9 laps at Daytona. He's just been up there for 9 laps, man. That's almost 9-10 minutes of time up on that outside lane right there. He's just been digging already. So, you know, it gets a little impatient sometimes. And, you know, like me and Chris and, you know, all of us were hitting on earlier, it just takes a lot of patience at a track like Daytona, man. These plate tracks take a lot of patience. And right now, Cody's looking patient, man. He wants that outside lane to work, whether it's going to or not. Looks like that 11 machine hasn't given up yet. And we're starting to see that that low lane maybe starting to form up a little bit. Big run through the trial from that outside lane, but that is usually expected. But good door draft now coming from the trucks into turn number 2 on that outside lane. Is looks like Cody's going to get himself up there to Joey Doucette, and they're pinching him down. Joey got a good side draft, man. If he had that, not sure who is that behind him. Is that supposed to be the 02 of Tori Thompson that's driving that 88 machine? Yeah, okay. So Tori Thompson currently sitting in the 88 machine. That's also Wes Wiggins' number. That's why it confused me. So get it fixed out for next week. Yeah, that is him. So that is that 02 machine. It's all good, though. We'll get it worked out for next week. And, yeah, there you go. Tori Thompson, man. If he was just able to push up through that, where it seems like that 11 really knows how to run that high lane. And right now he needs a driver behind him that's just as committed to that high lane as him. And yeah, you see, we're just getting really tight there. That 11's trying to make it work by himself, but he's going to really need somebody that pinches down with him and a good pusher to get him up to the front right now with the way Joey and that 77's pushing. But, you know, it really brings up the point of how long do you think that 16 is going to be able to stay behind and keep pushing the 77 before he starts getting to that over? You know, he's been peeking out, but, man, you got to start wondering when that 16 and that 77 might try to swap lead change or something.
See, that was a point I was actually going to bring up, and so I know it's early too, but Doug, he's been constantly sitting on the bottom. He might move up. The 16 might say, okay, well, I'm starting to get hot. We're going to be pitting here in the next maybe 15 laps, so I'm probably going to move. So we might see a move here soon. I think Doug's not going to go for blocks this early, but there's a lot of chances. That 11, he's ready to go on the outside, but if he can't get a good run and they start to pit, he's going to have to find a way down there, so he needs to make sure he has a plan too.
Yeah, we know how important it is to execute on pit road here at a super speedway, man. You lose just a half a second. You know how it is, Jeremiah. I mean, it feels like you lose a draft. You lose 10 seconds after you lose just half a second, almost to a second at a super speedway sometimes. So it can be tough on these drivers. It's going to be fun. I mean, of course, they're going to get the stage to stack them back up. But, man, in these next couple laps, they're going to be pitting, and you have to think about that. If you make a mistake on pit road here early, that can set the tone for the rest of the night for you. If, you know, 1 or 2 more drivers do go a lap down, if someone else was making a mistake, you're gonna have to fight back really hard here early, just about lap 15, lap 20. So it's not gonna be fun for some of these drivers if they do make mistakes, but that's where it's fun, man. These pit road executions do come into key, and I love that they're so a part of the race still to this day.
Yeah, that's why I actually really like where Eric Gaskins is right now. I mean, he's raced here plenty of times with these guys before. He's staying back in 12th. He's in the back of the inside line. I mean, people are just preparing themselves on the inside line. That's why there's only 3 people up there now. They all know, okay, well, we can't make a run. You're ready for the pit stops. And, yeah, just 2 seconds could mean a whole corner in some pit stop situations. So making sure you're ready to go and you have teamwork, it can change the whole race for just such a small thing for just stage points. Because after that, we might have a green flag run all the way to the end. So you got to set yourself up, prepare yourself. And that's why I like where Eric is back there at 12, just sitting, waiting patiently.
Well, you know, one of the things that I will say about plate tracks, Jeremiah, you know, it's one of those things like we were saying, you have to be patient. You have to wait. Wait for the right time, because if you start getting pushy, you start start wanting to get to the front really quickly, you can, do exactly what I was just talking about. I was just trying to bring it up. We got a wreck going into turn 8. It's Cody Barrel in the 11.
There, the first wreck of the season here. And man, it looks like Torrey Thompson and company going to be going around. There is the Tanner Brett Nilsson. You see the Pepsi machine just getting it slowed down. But the 11 involved, Cody Verrill, Torrey Thompson, Eli Raposa. I want to say a couple of these drivers involved. Man, we have some beat up race cars.
Yeah, as I was saying that, we were talking about getting pushy. It was one of those things where you saw the 11 machine starting to pinch down a little bit. It looks like he might have got a little loose there and then got into the corner. So we'll go back and check out that replay in here 1 second.
It looked like there was a little bit of net code, but then they bounced off. They were good, and then they got back into each other, and then it was just domino. 16 got up into them. They slide back up.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the 16 got down into the apron a little bit there, maybe washed up into the 11. The 11 was coming down to pinch, and then that's just what caused the chain reaction there. You see everybody looks like they're starting to get straightened out, but it looks like maybe Joey Doucette just had a little bit of an issue go on in the truck, and he's going to wash back up, and he's going to hit the 11, and that's what's going to cause.
Trent Cameron, David Brackett, that 38, he's got damage. That 36 machine of Trent Cameron, he's going to take damage. That 02 of Torrey Thompson. And it looks
Neil scot-free.
Other than that, we've still got a handful of race trucks that are fairly clean. So those guys that decided to hit the back, Christopher Blanchard, guys like the 43 machine, Joshua McKinney that we saw earlier, made a good idea because lap number 15, we've got our first little big one here.
Yeah, so now Doug Neal probably maybe a little happy what he saw. Didn't have to worry about green flag pit stops, but now he's got people with damage behind him. He can take his time, 4 tires if he wants to. They have 3 sets, so he can use one here, go to the stage, take just fuel, and then he'll have 2 more for the last pit stops. But I think he might just take fuel here. So Doug Neal, I mean, imagine what he saw. He's just going, and then he just sees smoke and a caution. There's nothing behind him.
Yep. So. I mean, hey, that's what you love about being out in front of these plate tracks, So you see it right there. Yeah, it looks like they both got a little bit out of sorts once the 16 got into the apron. And then, hey, I just got to say, good awareness, though, in the rest of the field, man. It seems like we got a lot of guys with either live spotters or just a lot of aware guys out there tonight because that's a lot of clean race trucks for the front of the pack to be wrecking coming out of turn 4. So caution number 1 going to be brought out here at lap number 16. Excuse me, is the LNS Customs 75 here at Daytona International Speedway. 16 laps in, you see a bunch of guys down pit road going to use that as that green flag pit stop. Right on board with one of the new guys here, that 85, that Valvoline machine, Logan Smith, slick looking race truck out there, currently sitting in that 15th spot as we've got a good little race starting off, and man, we were, I have a couple buddies in a group chat right now that were predicting wrecks. They were saying, it was going to be laps 9, it was going to be lap 8, lap 4. Come to find out, it was lap 15. So there you go. You guys stink at predicting, and lap 15 is going to be out your first caution.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to everybody on Facebook. I want to say, Mike Brisen, you said this before the race. Good evening, Mr. Kinder. So, Mr. Kinder, Michael Brisen says hello to you. Troy Kedler, he says, I'm watching. Good to have you, Troy. Bryce Lee Hunter, can't wait for the new season. Man, we have been excited. We've been waiting for this we and Josh realized that it was this week, and we got really excited. Ronnie Shirk, hey man, good to have you on board here tonight. He said, good luck, boys. You got John Bradley Pill in the Facebook saying, let's go. Justin Winters, good to have you here too, man. He said, good luck, boys. Troy Kedler said, let's go, 88. And then Ellen Pace Stevens said, let's go, boys. So thank you for everybody that's over there on the Facebook and the YouTube platform.
Yeah, big shout out to all those boys. Well, man, it feels like, it realistically wasn't that long ago, but it was a pretty good while ago that we were watching Ronnie Shirk, man, take the championship. And, Ronnie was one of those guys that we were expecting to see in the championship go through good, but, we probably didn't expect Ronnie to go out and win the dang thing like he did in dominating fashion. He did, man. And Ronnie, one of those underdog factors. I'm excited to see this season if we've got another underdog in us, man. And I'm looking more towards one of those guys like the 77 of Doug Neal, maybe the 42 of Ed Osborne. You know, I love Ed. I love seeing what he's been doing behind that race truck this past season. I think this season is going to be a big season for that 42 machine as we get back to green flag racing. It's going to be Doug Neal, Bobby Matuszewski bringing us back to the green.
They all can make it on fuel now, so now it's just race to the stage. Who's going to take the chance of staying outside? Who's going to sit on the inside and wait? A lot of different guys might have different mindsets for what they look for points in this race. So here in the next about 5 laps, we'll see how antsy people get.
It looks like we got Josh McKinney dropping to the bottom lane. Just going to go ahead and back out. Like we were saying earlier, you're going to see a lot of drivers drop out and go back to the back of the pack because they see something up there. They're like, you know what? I don't really want to be up here. You know, there's probably going to be a wreck. I'm just going to go ahead and fall back here. I'll wait because, you know, 75 laps, that's a long way around this 2.5 mile track. So, you know, it's one of those things where you got to think, you know, you don't need to be up in the front at the very beginning.
Yeah, you for sure don't have to be at the front at all in the beginning. I mean, ask any person that's won, you know, at this track, any person that's won at Talladega and say, how many times were you at the back of the pack at the start of the race? How many times have, you know, guys from the back come and won a race at a super speedway? I mean, we've seen it time and time again, year and year again. And, you know, and you see right now, Travis Twitty, he's out of the gas. He's backing out. He's letting some boys by. He's going to move himself back to the back of the pack.
No, Michael York's in a good spot, too. Sitting right behind the leader, he kind of has most control of this. He can decide when to start pushing the inside lane, when to sit back. So I like where Michael's sitting at.
Yeah, you don't want to be back there for too long. You know, I've seen a couple of league races that I've been in. You know, we've been doing plate tracks and have a couple of cars blow up doing that aggressive pushing. So it's one of those things. Going to be how these trucks handle, you know, all the pushing. You know, right now, Doug Neal, he's in that best spot. You know, he doesn't have to worry about the truck overheating. But, you know, Michael York, he's got to watch how far he pushes that nose up that back bumper because he can't overheat that truck. Did you see right now, the 72 of Bobby Matuszewski, if I said that wrong, I'm sorry. Matuszewski. Pulling on that outside lane. Looks like he was going to get a run, but just going to go ahead and back it out a little bit. He's kind of falling off. You see Doug Neal wiggling around just a little bit. Whoa, the 72 also wiggling around a little bit. So seeing a little bit of what we always used to say, weaving a basket going on.
That outside lane got a little bit of a head of steam coming out of turn number 2. This is the closest they've been in that outside lane in the past couple laps. At 81 at Taylor Peacock, he is pushing that 72 Matuszewski down into turn number 2. Inside lane is Robert Richards, man, pushing that 5 of Michael York in that 77.
Here comes Osborne on the outside.
Yeah, and I was going to say Ed Osborne as well, that 42 machine. He's sitting pretty right now in that 6th place spot. And he's starting to roll with these boys in the outside lane. We'll see if Ed gets aggressive. We know Ed's one of those drivers, man. Does a lot of giving and does a lot of taking. I mean, he can be your best friend on the racetrack for sure. Ed's not a fairly aggressive driver, and you know, it's just gonna be fun to see how he manages tonight as well. You know, I think towards the end of the season, last season, he started to realize that he had to be just a tad bit more aggressive, and I think that helped step up his game a little bit. He had the driving ability to do it. I think he was just maybe not necessarily afraid to take those runs, but just didn't want to, you know, get yourself messed up in the stuff or anything like that. You don't want to be out there causing hard feelings between people, you know, trying to take runs. So Ed is just one of those drivers that really takes it stride by stride, and usually there at the end because he's got a clean race truck. So that's what we love about Ed. It's just going to be fun to see if he can get himself up here with this outside lane, and if he does decide to push, it'll be fun to see.
The outside line, Bobby keeps getting a good push. They just need a couple more people to really get them out there. See, they're getting the run out here out of 2. Bobby might be able to clear, but The thing is that inside line, they can get
Nope.
down. They just need a
Here comes
couple
York.
more people on that outside.
Yeah, if you also notice, watch the difference between that inside and outside lane. You're going to notice that Doug Neal and Michael York, they're not tucked up as much as that 72 and that 81 of Taylor Peacock, excuse me. So there's a little bit of a separation between those two cars on the inside. That 82 might have enough room to clear it. No, it looks like he's going to fall back just a little bit. But as you notice, like I said, just a little bit of separation between those two trucks is causing a little bit of issue on that inside lane.
Now there's a huge gap between
Oh,
Doug
yeah.
Neal and Michael York. So I might open it up for Bobby and Taylor.
Whoa. Big push there. Big push. Yeah, you're going to see the
Whoa.
72. 72 is clear on that inside lane. Let's see if he decides to take it or if he's going to stick with that 81. Looks like they're going to stay on that outside lane.
There he goes. New leader.
Bobby will take it.
Bobby Matuszewski to the lead here at lap number 24.
I wonder what
Canadian out in the
Michael's
field.
doing. He's really sitting back on the entry corners. I wonder if he's just trying to play it safe or what, but he's checking it up quite a bit. I think people might start jumping up to the outside seeing that right now.
Yeah, that Ed Osborne machine, that Taylor Peacock machine, they definitely could go to the inside lane right now if they wanted to.
Yeah, right now,
It looks like they're going to take the run.
Look at the gap.
Ed Osborne might... Sorry, Chris, I don't mean to be cutting you off.
No, you're good. I was going to say, look at the separation between Michael York and that 77 of Doug Neal. There was a big separation gap. Now they've tucked it up a lot now. There was a big gap in between them. So that was slowing. It's going to slow down that outside lane just because there's not a lot of cars. If that outside lane gets a little bit more cars, they could start pushing up. As it looks like the outside lane's starting to form up now.
They're starting to form up a little bit here.
Robert Richards jumping up to the high lane.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw that 48 make a really saucy move going up to the top right now. So he sees something that we don't see on the track right now.
I think the outside line, I mean, I don't know why Michael's laying off. He's probably just trying to be smart, but if they can get a good run out of the corner down the backstretch and link up, they can get a spot here. I think Taylor can take the lead here.
Oh, yeah, Ed Osborne's right to that rear bumper as well. He's not necessarily giving the push that 77 is to the 72 machine, but that 42 now starting to sync up to that 81. Oh, they're not going to be clear. He's about a wheel ahead of that 72 machine, but he's not going to get the full car length that he needs as we come out of turn number 4.
I wonder if Michael's just
27.
backing up. Yeah, I wonder if just Michael's backing up to maybe just give him one big push down the straightaways, because on the straightaways he gets there, but through the corners he backs it up to try getting one good shove on the backstretch, but they're going to lose it right here.
Oh, here it comes. Taylor Peacock to the lead.
Yeah, you're going to see that 81 machine. Oh. You're going to see that 81 machine go up to the front. Had a really good push there. Let's see if Ed Osborne can get a good push and go up to the front.
Yeah, we're catching the 16 as well of Joey Doucette. We're about a second off of him here. There he is, the outside lane.
Yeah, you see the 16 card that, like Josh said, he is a lap down. That is Joey Doucette riding that wall right now. It looks like everybody is going to get by him cleanly.
Man, that is a scary feeling right there in that 16's cockpit.
It
just
really
sitting
is.
duck, yeah.
It really is. You're just minding your own business, and all of a sudden, bam, you're looking at the wall.
I think another big thing too is the side drafting in these trucks. So if you really want to get aggressive, if you can run that outside and side draft the inside well enough on the entry of the corner, you can give yourself a really good run. So I don't know if Ed's willing to get that aggressive and go door to door for the stage win, but all I know is Taylor. I think Taylor's thinking about blocking right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was trying to make that truck just a half inch like wider just so he could block that Ed Osborne momentum. Pits close this time by 2 laps to the stage, boys. We'll get our first stage break of the 2021 Season 2 here in the Bluegrass Truck Series, brought to you by LNS Customs. It will be the shootout here to the stage. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. So Facebook, YouTube chat, put your driver who you want to win the stage, when you think the next caution period is, when you think whenever. We want to know what you feel like is going to happen in this race. Say a big shout out to your driver, whatever put out your race theories, whatever you think, and let us know what you're feeling out there on the chat. And we appreciate you for joining us here on the Bluegrass platform.
They're building a run on the outside. They're stacking up here, coming to the white flag. It's gonna be side by side.
Yeah,
White flag to go.
Yeah, we're gonna see a wreck again, or are we gonna see a really clean push to the finish? Let's see. Ed Osborne's got that 48 of Robert Richards all over his back bumper, so we're gonna see how that outside momentum is gonna work going into turns 1 and 2. It looks like they're washing up just a little bit, not tucked up as much as they should be.
42 backed it up a little bit. 48 backed it up a little bit. Big shove coming to the 42 down the back straightaway here. 72's already there though. Yeah, they might get it. I was about to say the 42. So it's going to be the battle through the tribal here, guys. And you remember what you were talking about earlier, Jeremiah, 3 wide?
Robert Richards is clear. I mean,
oh, there he is. Yeah, he is.
Ed
Osborne to the lead here for the stage.
He waited for it. Oh, he's going to get a push.
That was a good push there. The 48 last second got him clear. I was saying the push was coming. I didn't think it was going to make it. But Ed Osborne, he's coming to the tribal right now as the green-white-checkered is out for the stage. It's going to be Ed Osborne picking up the first stage win of the LNS Customs Bluegrass 2021 Series 2 Truck Series.
Good job by these boys. Keeping it clean. Ed, beautiful move. Getting around him. I think he did use a little bit of the side draft going into turn 1, which gave him the run down the backstretch. He had a good push. He can thank Robert Richards. Push him out front.
Yeah, that was a great run right there, boys. We'll have a word with that stage winner, Ed Osborne, just after the their caution period here. Let them get into pit stalls. Let them get back on the track. And that is a bonus point to the playoff. 10 total points for him right there for that stage win. And here's the pass. You see, he cleared him just as they were getting into 3. And the 42 took a very, very experienced move. That was a veteran move right there from Ed Osborne. And like I was saying, boys, he's one of those drivers I'm looking for tonight. Ed Osborne just got himself the stage win here at lap number 30, coming to 31. And, man, that's what I like to see as we're going to get drivers down pit road here in just a moment. Jeremiah, man, you see how tame they were right there. Just expect how the ending's going to be, man.
Yeah, I think everyone got a good feeling out process. They all kept it single file. There's still some guys out there. And then they stacked up, and they were able to come to a good, clean finish there. So I think these guys are going to really start figuring out a game plan. I mean, they only get 20 laps of fuel per, pure pit stop. So, I mean, the strategy is going to be huge. I think there's going to be another big one. I mean, that's just how it always comes here. That first wreck, that's only the beginning. It's just when. It's just like a ticking time bomb of when it's going to happen.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, it all comes down to you have to be in the right place at the right time in a track like this. You have to wait your turn. You have to wait for the right time to jump. But it always comes down to you have to be in the right place at the right time. I've won races where I've been in 5th place at Talladega or Daytona. Excuse me, I keep saying Talladega. I've been racing Talladega a lot. Racing tracks like Daytona, I've been in 5th place, and then all of a sudden, the top 4 wreck out, and then I win. Or, I've been in 10th place and won a race at Daytona. So
the big ones, man, can happen.
It all comes down to you just have to be in the right place at the right time.
I mean, I've been wrecked out from 1st place at Talladega. I've been wrecked out from 1st place at Daytona. I've won from 5th place at Talladega. It's just... or almost won it from 5th place, 6th place in Talladega. It just depends, man. Like you said, Chris, right place, right time. As here comes that race off pit road. And Maruszewski, he's going to win the race off pit road. As Bobby, our Canadian friend, going to be getting that 1st place spot off of pit road here for the restart. Then it's going to be Robert Richards in that 48 machine. Ed Osborne, your stage winner, in P3. Doug Nill in P4 with Michael York, P5. Logan Smith, 6th with David Proctor, 7th. Scott Madden, 8th. Josh Clemens, 9th, and Daniel Worthington going to round out your top 10 out of pit road. So let's see. Do we have our man in Discord right now? We do. All right. So Ed Osborne, we are going to get a word with him in just a moment here. So we are going to try to get Ed Osborne up here in the channel. Just give me 1 second. All right. Well, we're going to get Ed up here in the channel and have a word with your stage winner. Ed Osborne, Chris, Josh, and Jeremiah up in the Bluegrass booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, how's it going?
Going good, man. Well, hey, welcome back to the Bluegrass series, man.
Yes.
It's good to be back here at Daytona, man. And heck yeah, you just put an experience move right there on the 81. Waited to the last absolute second, got the nose cut off, you got yourself clear, and you got you a stage win here. First stage win of the 2021 season 2. How you feeling going in here to the into the second stage of the closing stages of the race? And man, how you feeling being back behind the driver wheel of that race truck now?
Hey man, feels great. I got to thank Taylor for that. You know, he's my teammate, a new teammate this year, and he gave me that one. He just let me get around him. Once I got around him, then he, you know, cleared me. I come down, and nothing nobody could do from there. It was just too late. Worked out perfect for me, though.
Yeah, it did. And it's fun to see you back up here racing with the boys again, man. Last season, that championship run that seemed so spirited, like you were just gonna at any moment go out there and grab a victory. We're looking for that this season, Ed, that first victory of the season. And man, looking at Daytona, you're looking very strong here tonight. And as we get down the back straightaway, getting ready to go here, just give us your final words. How you feeling going into this this closing stage? What you got left for these boys out here on Daytona?
Well, I'm not comfortable being up front right now, but I'm not going to drop to the back immediately here. I'm just going to ride here and see how it goes up front. If it looks safe and I can get some teammates up here with me, then I'll stay up front. If not, I'm going to fall to the back.
Okay, Ed, we're going to go ahead and let you get back down to your team here, man. Well, good luck here in the rest of the race, and congratulations on that stage victory, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later in the race, man.
Okay, thanks very much, guys.
Good luck, Ed.
Thank you.
Man, that is a man right there that we all appreciate in Bluegrass. Ed Osborne, a just genuine soul of this league. And, man, if there's one guy that deserves a race win here this season, it's definitely Ed Osborne. I'm excited to see Stage 2 and the final stage of this race here kick off, as it's going to be Matuszewski and Richards bringing us back to the green flag here. It's green, green, green. Here we go, driver.
See which line can get stacked up. See who's going to drop down to the inside. Who's going to go up high.
It's like Robert Richards is going to ride that outside lane right now. He's got Doug Neal in tow behind him. So Bobby in that 48, he's got a little bit of work cut out for him on that inside lane, because he's got a lot of steam coming on that outside. Whoa! Did you see somebody getting a little loose back there?
Look at Doug Neal making a move to the inside. That's the lead right there for him.
Yeah, Doug Neal getting around the 48, getting into that lead. So you see it now, the 48 on that outside lane. He is the lead car, so we'll see if he gets a head of steam and a momentum to get up here into the lead.
You just heard the 48 getting a little bit low right there on the 42. But excuse me, the 42 was saying, you know, he doesn't know if he feels comfortable running up here with the leaders at this moment. So just seeing how he's gonna play out. I'm feeling like Ed might drop back here and get a run back up here with his teammates, try to get back up to the lead again.
Yeah, right now this is going to be one of those tracks, you know, the stage break kind of puts, you know, a little bit of a hold on your strategy. You don't have to really worry about it, because you know you get one stop. But whenever you get that one stop, then it becomes, okay, I have to have my teammates around me to work with me. As look at that, the 5 of Michael York going to take the outside lane in front of the 48 of Robert Richards. So let's see if that 48 is going to be able to push up to the front now with that 5 in front of him. Whoa, as you see the 9 getting a little loose there. It's going to be David Proctor getting really loose on that inside lane.
And they still got to pit again, too. They got to pit 2 more times this race, probably around lap 55. They're going to have to pit, so I think people are trying to find a good set position to be in, figure out where they're going to want to sit at, wait for the caution maybe. So they still got to pit 2 more times, so I think everyone's kind of just feeling it out right now. And hopefully everyone starts being a little patient here, see if anyone is willing to make that outside line work.
Yeah, we're kind of in that neutral zone of the race. I mean, I really feel like you're just you're not wanting to be too aggressive. You're not wanting to be too cautious. You're just kind of chilling, hanging out in that race truck, letting the laps tick off. I mean, like you were just hitting on. I mean, we are going to have to get these trucks down pit road. Granted, whether those boys decide to take 4 tires, 2 tires, no tires, fuel only, whatever they decide to take, I mean, that's up to them. But, you know, we do have another pit stop going to happen. And right now, well, like I just said, just kind of in that neutral area. It's just not really much going to be going on in this section of the race. Just kind of everybody trying to survive, unless, like Jeremiah was saying too, they decide to really try to pick up this outside lane. You know, some of these drivers do tend to get bored and impatient very quickly.
Yeah, I will say, you know, going back to, you know, we've been saying patience a lot, but, you know, that is one thing that you have to have on a super speedway. You know, you're probably going to hear me repeat it a lot, but patience, patience, patience. That's the word of the game when it comes to a track like this. You know, you get you know, everybody behind you gets a lot more head of steam. You know, the people behind you get you know, the draft, and they get you know, a really big run, and it you know, it falls on them to either slow down or bump you. So it just all comes down to you have to be careful out there. You have to take care of your equipment, because, you know, right now, like you said, we're at lap 40 of 75, so we've still got a pretty good bit of ways to go. So, you know, right now you're just worried about playing out the strategy and surviving.
We talk about patience. Let me sum it up for you. Why we mean patience is so key here. You know, you ever been driving on interstate, 5 o'clock traffic, whatever it is, and you've just got so heavy of traffic, but everybody is just cooking beans. You got cars riding up on your rear end, cutting you off, doing everything they can to just make you want to throw a brick through their windshield kind of thing. Not that you should, but, you know, that's how it kind of feels at a super speedway, man. You're just behind the same car lap after lap after lap. I mean, you've got guys bumping you. You got guys trying to cut your nose off. You got guys coming down and door banging you a little bit in the corner, loosening you up, sucking the air off your spoiler. I mean, it just happens at a super speedway, and you've got to get yourself in that mentality as a driver that this is another race. This isn't something that I got to go out here and just have fun with. I mean, yeah, it's always good to have fun behind the wheel. But what I'm trying to say is you've got to put yourself in that mentality that, yes, I might get mad out here. I might get frustrated. But at the end of the day, I've got a race to win, and I've got to go out here and do my best to keep not only myself calm, but this race truck clean, because not only do you have to manage yourself well here, you have to manage your race car at the end of the day. It's very hard to win at a track like Daytona.
Coming up, you see the 11 there riding that lane. Look like maybe Ed Osborne was trying to draft on him a little bit.
Here comes Ed Osborne. I think he's going to try saying, you know what, I'm going to make a move here. Be a little boring. See if I can get back out front.
Yeah, you see Ed Osborne taking that inside lane. He sees that head of steam that they're getting, so he's, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and jump up here to the top. It looks like he's getting a really good head of steam coming down that backstretch, though.
Triable, he's got that number 5 of Michael York on the rear of that 42 machine. So now I am interested to see if Ed tries to go back for the lead. I mean, he was saying that he wasn't going to necessarily feel comfortable unless he had teammates around him. And, you know, now it looks like, well, and also he did say too that if it was a little bit, you know, clean up there, he felt safe, he would stay up there. But he does have Michael York behind him, one of his Misfit Motorsports teammates. So I'm sure he's feeling comfortable right now. I feel like we see Doug Neal go back to the lead, like you were saying just a moment ago, Jeremiah. It's just a matter of time. It's the 77, 72, they're linked up right now, but look at the 72. Every moment he's peeking out. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Matuszewski go back to the top lane. I mean, he's taken the lead from the outside lane once tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if he takes that momentum if they start rolling up there.
Yeah, sometimes as a driver, like for me, I get a little impatient, but you learn when to pick your battles. Like he's seeing that there's battles of Osborne now coming to the outside. He can wait. If he's going to see they're going to make a charge here, he can probably wait after they fall back and then make a run for a lap. So sometimes there's a little timer in your head where you're like, okay, I want to make a move now, and that's what Osborne's doing is they get a run down the back.
Yeah, good run down the back straightaway here from the 5 and the 42. This might be the run just like it was for the stage win, but, you know, he did have that 81 on the inside lane that he did say just kind of gave it to him. So Taylor Peacock, another one of those Misfit Motorsports teammates who's currently sitting where at in the field? I don't see him, actually. Oh, there he is. He's currently sitting 24th. He's just hanging out. Yeah, I did see him drop back there. Yeah, and I just heard him come over the radio talking about somebody blinking. So, yeah, I know Taylor was up there leading the race, and he let Ed file out. So right now, Ed's going to have to get a solid push from that 5 and have to get a good run to be able to clear that 77 right now, because Doug Neal was up there earlier in the race, and I feel like he's got a pretty good sense of being up there, and especially with somebody like that 72 right now who looks like a good solid pusher, he might be in for a good night right here on this inside lane, that 77.
Is just starting to kind of stagnate out a little bit. Doesn't look like they're getting that much of a push. So maybe they're just kind of waiting, trying to let everybody scramble around back there and get the teammates lined up. But you know, right now they're just kind of holding back in that third, fourth place position. So it's gonna be time to pull that trigger here. You want to get up there in the front, get some of that clean air, but also you know, have somebody behind you and push you. Whoa, you see the 72 getting really
72,
loose there.
yeah, he was pushing through the corner, it looked like, or something. He just got big out of sorts. That might open it up for the 5 and the 42 here. They're going to be too wide down the back straightaway. Not like they have been all way, but they're going to be drag racing it now, as the 42 not going to be clear at the moment. 5 still pushing. That's what's pushing him up to that outside lane just a little bit. But it looks like the 72 going to get back up to that 77 to Doug Neal. As you see that 9 of David Proctor still sitting in that third spot. He's been pushing the 72 a little bit, but he's been doing a good job and not really putting that much pressure on his second place and the lead car friend right there. Doesn't seem like he really wants to push the pusher. We know how that can manage out here. So David Proctor doing a good job there on that inside lane in that third position.
See, now Bobby might want to maybe decide on making a move here. Probably a good chance. I mean, Ed is he's now falling back a little bit. It's a little bit of time. I mean, they're going to be pitting here in the next 10 laps. So, but Doug Neal, I bet you it's just like a Sunday cruise for him right now.
Yeah, he's got a stage win. He's got that extra bonus point, so he can. Whoa! As it looks like Daniel Worthington got a little loose. Maybe the 5 got into the apron. You see him falling back into the wall. Big wreck.
Wrecking. Caution out. Lap 46. 22 is Scott Madden, 16 Joey Doucette, 29 Travis Twitty, all involved. As we'll go back on board here in just a moment and see what happened. See that?
Looks like maybe the 5.
What did the cameras just do? The 5 looks like he might have gotten out of sorts coming through 3 and 4.
Yeah, I have no idea what my iRacing is doing right now, so we'll just do it this way. Yeah, so it looks like maybe Daniel Worthington got down on that inside lane. And the 5 had to check up just a little bit. See him get up into the wall, and then 22
Who's
there.
That took the ride, man.
That would be the 5. No, excuse me. Looked like it said 5. Let me go back. Sorry, not used to the numbers on these trucks yet.
5 is Michael York. That's the 18, the 8. The STP truck right there. Oh, the 13. Man, I am blind. Jeez. It's Brian Terry. One of our OGs, man. Look at the 81 of Taylor Peacock. He got some damage as well. Let's see. There's Twitty, that 29 machine. Was Twitty just dodging it, or did he make contact? It looks like he was on that inside lane. Oh, yeah, he made contact big time with the 16 of Joey Doucette. His second time making contact. But as we were looking at the replay, looks like we got a bunch of boys down pit road. Dean Klein, Josh McKinney, Christopher Blanchard, Eli Raposa, Ron Morris, Madden, Peacock, Terry, Twitty, Lockwood, Doucette, York, and Stevens all down pit road. Looks like York and Stevens have been down pit road for 2 minutes, so I apologize on that.
All right, and we'll go to a commercial break here real quick. We will be right back.
Welcome back, and hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of a video. That was some highlights from last season. Some of these cup drivers that might be watching saw themselves getting wrecked in there, maybe thinking, Chris, I should wring your neck right now. But all right, let's see. Doug Nill, Matuszewski going to bring us back to the green flag.
Be interested to see the strategy once again. Still got to take 2 pit stops unless they stretch it like 4 laps on fuel. So Doug Neal out in front. Bobby now on the outside with Ed Osborne, see what he can do out there on the high lane.
Yeah, if you're somebody like Ed Osborne, you know, you said you didn't want to really mix it up here with the front boys. Well, he's stuck to where he's at right now on that outside lane, so he's going to have to just push that 72 and see if he can get up here and mix it up. But right now we got Josh Clemens sitting on that bottom lane behind Doug Nill, so let's see if that 99 can get up here and start pushing. As you said, we got also David Proctor sitting in that right behind him, so got a tandem right now on that inside lane, but it looks like the outside lane's got a really big head of steam.
5 to go. That 72 now of Matuszewski going to be clear. And it looks like Ed Osborne going to come with him. Wes Wiegand going to now line that outside lane. One of the Bluegrass OGs, as he's got Robert Richards, Doug Nill, and Ed Osborne. The guys, you know, you got to seem like you got to hold it down for the OGs now. You got all these new guys, and it's getting here to that 25 lap to go. So it's, you know, now I'm looking at who do you think's going to win, boys? You think it's going to be one of these new guys? We definitely got to get a rookie out here in victory lane tonight. Or do you think it's going to be one of our OGs? We definitely got some guys out here with some experience. They made it work, though.
3 wide there for 1 second. As that right now, the 88 of West Wiegand's clear. Whoa, it looks like we might go 3 wide again. Whoa. Bobby Hill Jr. Having to decide whether or not he wanted to take that lane. It looks like
Robert Richards cut the 72 off. 72 lifted out of the gas.
So Wes Wiegand going to give up that spot. He had the chance to go down, but the 48 said, nah, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, they're getting racy here with 25 to go. Or now 24 to go, but getting really racy. Oh, Ed Osborne about to make that outside move as well, but he saw that car to his outside lane, the 72. Matuszewski going to go up. Bobby now looking to take the chance, the run again for the lead. These boys have just been swapping lead after lead after lead here for the last lap and a half. This has been fun to watch here, and if this is what we've got queued up for the rest of the race, then we are spelling some disaster in the water eventually. This is looking like it could go wrong at any moment, or I'm loving the action we're seeing on the racetrack at the moment.
Yeah,
Go back on what you were saying. Sorry to cut you off. I think Ed Osborne. I mean, he's got control of the inside line. I think I got Ed Osborne winning this.
Oh, I'd love to see Ed Osborne pick up his first win here tonight. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Right,
but
sorry, Chris, what was you going to
no,
say?
I was just gonna say right now on the Facebook chat, we got Brad Rivers saying "Let's go York number 5," and then Callie McKinney saying "Let's go 43." Good to have y'all on that Facebook. So right now it looks like the 72's got that high lane all to himself. Hasn't come down yet. Maybe he's trying to drag a couple of these drivers ahead of that inside lane. Looks like the inside lane's just checking up really bad right now.
I mean, he's pulled Wes Wiegand and almost Bobby Hogg Jr. clear of that 48 right there.
Yeah, so right now it looks like the outside lane is the dominant lane. They are still clear going into turns 1 and 2. Coming out of 2, that 88 of Wes Wiegand, if he wanted to go down to that bottom lane, he could still take it. But he's going to stay up top. Right now, it looks like right now all 3 trucks are almost clear.
This is awesome, man. This is outside lane dominance. This looks like some Gen 4 NASCAR right here, baby. We got the outside lane rolling here at Daytona at lap number 54.
Whoa, did you see the 48 of Robert Richards getting down there on the onto the apron?
Oh, did you see the lights flashing right there on the blue and red trucks? Oh, wrecking back straightaway, or front straightaway, excuse me. That one car going to come back up on the track. Who is that? That is the 2 of Logan Russell, the 3 of Joshua McKinney, and the 43 of Eli Raposa, but I don't think Eli had anything to do with it. I want to say that was David Proctor that made the original contact, if I'm not mistaken.
So now who's going to swoop down to the inside? It's going to be Wes. It's going to be Bobby. Or which Bobby is it going to be?
I'm thinking it's going to be Bobby Hall, man. I'm thinking Bobby's going to go to this inside lane here in a moment. And if he does get that 34 clear, but it looks like that inside lane's starting to roll back.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he might wait for the 48 to start getting a run before he jumps down. Or the 72, just bring them all down.
But what if you're on that outside lane? Are you thinking right now, man, that inside lane's not rolling? Do you want to roll with the guys that aren't getting it rolling right now? Or do you make that,
decision? It could just be one truck. It could be one truck to mess up the whole momentum.
Whoa, one to the wall. Not sure what's going on right there.
Yeah, Jason Bridges getting up into the wall, just going to hold it there. Good job on holding that truck into
looks
the wall.
like it just got full arrow loose.
And Robert Richards all by himself right now.
Yeah, Ed Osborne went up to the outside lane. Here comes that 77 of Doug Mill.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they didn't have a really good push on that outside or that inside lane. So now that Doug Nill's getting up here behind
here
that 48.
they come. Yeah, look at Robert Richards. He's making up ground now. If I'm Bobby, I'm going to the inside lane here soon. There he goes.
Another interesting thing is they're now in the pit window for their final pit stop. So at any time we could see some people pit. That 72's defending hard, going for both lanes blocking.
Woo!
Here comes Robert Richards, though. Doug Nill, good pusher.
Yeah, you're going to see that 48 kind of get up there and try to door draft with that 72.
Here we go. Here we go. Another lap car, boys.
Ooh.
of Wes Wiegand getting all kinds of loose back behind that 72.
He is shoving Matuszewski down the back straightaway. That was just a shove loose.
We got a Highline building right now. I think Bobby can really start controlling this race if they look like Highline control like they had a little while ago. Puts a lot of people in weird situations. But like you said, Doug Neal, good pusher right there on the inside. He's gonna make it a little harder.
Wes Wiegand just called out.
Yeah,
I was about to say you heard that too. Just called out yeah, there he goes. He's gonna go to the lead. Bobby's gonna move over. Wes Wiegand's now gonna take that outside lane to the lead. So Bobby doing his driver a friendly favor. That could be one of those things that you tell say, hey man, I'm feeling good on this outside lane though. I'm staying here. But hey, you're not gonna want a guy to blow up that's giving you a lot of successes. Whoa, the 48 of Robert Richards, 88. Oh, round goes Robert Richards. Contact into the front stretch wall.
Wrecking more.
Wrecking up front. More wrecks up front.
Doug Neal. Logan Russell, Doug Neal. Scott Madden.
But just give us a moment. We'll get back to those replays. It's going to take Chris a second, I'm sure, to
Ed
figure out what
Osborne.
cameras and things to get to that. But, man, we just saw a big wreck.
A lot of
Here at
big
lap number
names
59.
taken out.
48 goes off the front bumper of the 77. I'm assuming when the 77 comes back up on the track here, it just stacks things up. Yeah, the 99 went to go get out of his way, I think, and
Yeah, I think the 48 went up thinking there was room, tapped it, came back down, just wrecked.
got damaged. No.
And Doug Neal came back up the track, but I mean, he didn't hit nobody. Joshua just moved up into Ed Osborne. Ed Osborne moves down. So some big names got in a wreck there, especially Doug Neal.
I think it's just one of those situations you got to look. Was the 77 forced off the racing line? Was the 48, pinching him, down off the racing line? Did he turn the 48, and not saying it either way, just, that's going to be, for race control to look at their way. But the way I'm seeing it is just like you said, that 99 went to move back up. Right there, a lot of those drivers are going to, typically reblend, but the 42 and the 99 just made big contact. That was probably the worst spot that could have happened at, and it happened at that time. You know what we said earlier, right place, wrong time. You guys got to be at the right place at the right time. Right now, it's right place, wrong time for these drivers. So that's just unfortunate.
So this will be the final pit stop of the race. No more fuel. They're going to make it from here on. So now it's race to the end. Strategy's out the door. It's free for all. So see who's going to work with who and what the strategy. I think if you can get the outside line and have that dominant, get a good group out there, then that's what's going to win this race. I don't think you can win it on the inside. You got to make the pass and sit and control that outside line. Speaking of which, Bobby's going to take the lead. The 88 will be second. Another thing I was going to touch on was it sucks. This is the only thing I don't like about return play racing for the fixed races. You can't adjust the duct tape. So if you're overheating, that's the only thing you can do is say, hey, I'm overheating. I'm going to have to move, because you can't take the duct tape off and try to take the tape off the grill and take it off. But it was good that the 72 did move down. They both made it clean, so it's going to be interesting to see how they work together for the rest of this.
Sorry, was just listening to Bobby talk to race control right quick. But yeah, we will be in that final pit window now, man. With 15 laps to go here. At 72, Bobby Matuszewski, man. He's looked good. He's looked very, very good. And I'm surprised with Wes Wiegand as well, man. Another one of those drivers that's looked very good. And then look at that, Chris. David Braggett and CJ Mason, 4th and 5th. I think Chris is actually not sitting in his PC, so that is awkward. So, yeah.
They've been quiet all race. It's been just hanging out in the back.
Oh, CJ has been, I think, when I looked at him last, he was sitting in like 25th, 26th, just hanging out. And look at that. We're going to be coming back with like 13 to go, 14 to go, and he's going to be up here racing for the lead. That's what I love about CJ Mason, man. He's so unpredictable. And it looks like Bobby's going to take that outside lane.
So we got the 72 and the 38 of Brackett on the outside with the 88 and the 113 of Worthington on the inside. So that's what I was thinking before too. That's why I think the 72 went up there, is if you can hold that outside line and have a good help behind you, you can win the race. You're going to win the race on the high line.
Yeah, right now the high line looks like it is the dominant lane, so it's gonna be, it's gonna be one of those things where we get to see which lane actually becomes the most dominant. Is that inside lane going to be able to tuck it up and push, or is that outside lane just going to keep running a train on everybody and you know, just getting past everybody?
Green, green, green. Here we go. Back under racing action here. 14 laps to go. 13 laps, excuse me. I'm bad at math.
72 had a good start, but didn't have the help behind him.
Yeah, David Brackett's got
built up.
big damage on that left side, man. A little bit of rear end damage as well. You know, he was involved in that first caution of the race.
They're going to move up. Worthington and West. They want the outside.
Yeah,
From
like I heard
CJ Mason on the inside lane with Bobby Hall Jr.
Like I heard you saying earlier, Josh, CJ Mason, unpredictable. Never know where he's going to be on the track. He can be in the back. He can be in the front. He can be anywhere he wants. One of those drivers you just got to watch out for. CJ Mason moving up to the front.
On that outside. Good push, CJ Mason.
To the lead. 12 to go. 11 to go. Don't know how many. I'm bad at math, like I said. All right, Jeremiah. In this situation, we know you picked up your first win. It was at Daytona, correct? Was it Daytona, right?
Yeah. Talladega.
My bad. Yeah, Talladega. I do now remember it. Talladega, because you had to drive around 14 miles with me screaming the checkered flag. But, you know, Jeremiah, you picked up your first win at a super speedway in kind of like a situation like this. Last handful of laps, just a bunch of drivers that you're not kind of expecting to be up there hanging out for that race lead, or, you know, vice versa. It's just, as a driver right now, what are you taking into consideration? What are you thinking? And is this, are you in that situation yet where you're all hands off and you're just going for it, or you think you got a few laps before you're going to see these drivers kind of dish it out a little bit more?
Usually right about here where we're coming to 10 to go, I like to set a plan up, be like, okay, I know the high line's the fastest. There's not a lot of guys up there. Like, I like where that 9 is. If I was there, I'd feel comfortable knowing that, okay, well, if they get aggressive up there, there'll be a wreck. I might be okay, but always having a plan. Once it hits 3 to go, if I'm not at least top 5, it's whatever happens. I made it this far, at least try something. So I think a lot of these guys, like the 9, he's in a good spot. But I think that 113, I always think it's the second car in line will always be in the best spot, because he can push all he wants, but he can just pull the rope, pull the curtain back, and just move around and take the spot himself. So I also like where Worthington is too.
You know, Chris, you just also won on a super speedway track recently, also at Talladega. I mean, just speaking from experience, you know what it's like to work with teammates, work against teammates in these last closing laps. How are you expecting these teammates to work together here coming in? We've seen a lot of the Misfits guys working together. We've seen just a lot of these, maybe not even teammates working together. Do you think we're going to see, how we saw the 72, the 88 linked up earlier, those same, kind of allies work out? Or do you think a lot of these guys are going to throw that out the window once we get to these last handful of laps here?
I mean, it really comes down to, it comes down to the person that's behind the wheel. So you can have a good teammate and still have somebody that's, that wants that win more than you, so they can push you out of the way and, just use you as a pick, slingshot around you, take the win away from you. So it's one of those things you kind of got to just pick and choose your battles, who you're going to have behind you. But it comes down to how well the person gets a push, how well, like you were saying, or like Jeremiah was saying just a second ago, Daniel Worthington is sitting in a good spot right now. Also, that 94 Bobby Hill Jr. also sitting in a good spot. So, it's one of those things where you have a moment where, like, say CJ Mason would go to block that top lane, and then that leaves the door open for that 94, and if he's got a good push, he can get around him. So it's just all going to come down to how these last couple of lap strategies work, and if teammates are going to block teammates or if they're just going to help and push. It all comes down to, like I said, who's behind the wheel.
Exactly. And am I tripping, Jeremiah, or did he call him Bobby Hillen?
Bob, I think he did. I don't
I
remember.
might have. I might have if I did. I might have if I did. I do apologize.
You know, Bobby Hillen Jr. used to be a truck series driver, so that's what
I
made
do.
me.
I think that's why I said it.
I think it just caught me, but all right, we're gonna get focused here because it is time to focus down as a driver. Like we have just talked out between two drivers that have got a lot of experience. We've got two drivers in here in the booth. Look at that, 88 of West Weekend to the lead, boys.
Yeah, West down to the inside.
So it's like
Worthington is sitting duck now.
Yeah, we exactly know what these drivers are going to do. It's just when they plan to execute. We know 3 wide is an option. We know 4 wide is an option. We know passing somebody while they're flipping is an option. We know flipping over the checker flag and grabbing it. We don't care what we do. We just want to win this race is what I'm trying to get at. So I'm excited to see how these drivers now are going to anticipate what the other driver is going to do. The 72 is all over the back over the 113, but look at that. The 113 leaving a little bit of room, and here comes the 72. Oh, man, this is not good for the rest of the field. Bobby has looked good. He's got David Brackett behind him, but that outside lane now starting to fall apart just a little bit of toe, but here comes that 38 right to the back bumper. We know Brackett good on these super speedways. He showed a lot of speed. And there he goes, West Wing to the top side lane. He's going to block that outside lane. We know the 72, the 88 working well together as we come around here, coming out of turns number 3 and 4. It's going to be 6 laps to go this next time by. Will CJ Mason, will the 72 of Bobby Matuszewski get themselves back up into that lead position? And what do we have unfolding here? You will find out here in just the next couple laps. So keep your eyes tuned on more televisions because this is going to be a good race at the finish here.
West going down. This is where everyone's starting to get bunched up, see where the lines are pushing. They're going to start being more aggressive.
Oh, yes. Oh, there it is. Bobby Matuszewski out of the line. No caution.
No, but
there it is.
Everyone was getting bunched up and got pushy right there, and I think a block there caused most of that. 88 blocks 72. 72 gets loose into the 55 of CJ Mason.
Bring us back to a natural green-white checkered, right?
CJ Mason with a lot of damage.
And we've seen a lot of trucks going airborne and on their lids tonight almost. 48 Robert Richards took a big shot at that inside wall. Luckily, they added those walls there. Or he'd need his swimsuit for that when he was about to go on a dive out there. But, man, just a lot of big contact here down the back straightaway, and that's unfortunate. It's it was looking like it was going to be a good race at the finish.
Oh, well, yeah, of course, with that 88. I mean, going into the corner, he was just making moves left and right. I mean, he was on the high side through the tri-oval. He saw CJ was on the inside. They were starting to build a run. They had a run going into 1. So he shoots down to the inside, and I'm thinking, okay, he's going to stay there. And then he shoots up, and it just domino effects. I mean, it wasn't too late of a block. The 38 of Brackett probably didn't see it very well because he was pushing him, so just a domino effect of aggressiveness.
We were just riding on board there with the 72, and you can definitely see exactly what you said. He definitely got the cut. I mean, it wasn't, like you said, too last second. It wasn't like one of those that almost wrecked both of them, but just that little bit of checkup from the 72 getting out of the gas, it just got him punted. And chain reaction, and look at that, man. Wes Wiggin, David Brackett. They're going to be sitting in that 1 and 2 spot coming to this restart. Travis Twitty in 6th place.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. How about Travis Twitty? Ron Morris? Ronnie. Ron Bubba.
That's 2 juniors in the league this season. That's what I like.
72 of Bobby. Just the truck has seen better days. Travis Twitty, he got a little bit of damage. Almost every single car does, sadly. Christopher Blanchard's got a good-looking truck, though. A lot of people on pit road. Shout out Brian Terry, too. Always love seeing him racing.
Yeah, man. Brian Terry, I remember last season at North Wilkesboro, went out there and straight put on his Dale Earnhardt face, man. You would have thought that man was out there just sawing on the wheel with an open face helmet as hard as Brian Terry was running at North Wilkesboro last season in the trucks. He has some short track speed in him. Brian Terry, I feel like, has got some good finishes under his belt this season. Yeah, he was the most improved driver award last season. So, Brian Terry, man, I feel like he's got a little bit of a season under him this season. Starting off rough here tonight, but unfortunate.
72 is going to stay out with the damage. I don't think it's enough. I think Wes is in a really good spot, but this restart's going to decide what happens here for the remaining guys.
Shout out to David Salter in the chat. He said, go 88, Wes Wiegand. So good to have you, David. I raced with him, and me and Josh actually call their league on Sundays. And we race with them on Thursdays and Saturdays, so it's good to have David in here. We got Ronnie Shirk saying, let's go, Ed, and then Justin Hall saying, let's go, Team Flex.
Oh, man, we got big company with Ronnie Shirk in the house. As last season Truck Series champion right there. What's up, Ronnie? Hope you're doing good, man. The Shirk's going to be on the Lurk in the Xfinity Series, right?
Oh, if good old Shirky's going to be in the Xfinity Series, I believe so.
I wanted to say, I remember we do have some drivers that are not going to be returning with the league. I just couldn't remember if Shirk. I wanted to say Shirk was one of those drivers that I remember for sure going up to the Xfinity, but
yeah, I think he's staying in the 51 too.
Oh heck yeah, man! The Shirk is on the Lurk. He's coming back for the two. He's going to go 2 in a row, and he's going to do it 2 series in a row, man. That's what I'm ready to see. All right, well, here we go. This is going to be a natural green-white-checkered. We still have some overtime finishes if we need them. But here we go. Back to green flag racing. This will be lap number 74. We'll get one more lap of green flag racing, and we will grab the white flag next time by.
Outside line is nowhere to be found. There is no outside line. It's just Worthington and West out front right now. Got a lot of people with damage. So we might see a big run here, though. We might see some people get frisky down the backstretch.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that outside lane to start working. We've got that 38 of David Brackett sitting on the back bumper of Daniel Worthington, so he could jump out at any time if he sees somebody getting ready. It looks like somebody did jump out there, though. Looks like it's going to be
Ed Osborne and Travis Twitty, man. I could see that duo going to the front right here in just a moment. Caution out, caution out.
It looks like CJ Mason went around. Getting a big run coming up there. It looks like maybe he wanted to go to that top lane. Whoa, it looks like...
Looks like the 11 just went right up into him.
Would have been that gear wrench machine, the 11 of Cody Verrill, and inside lane.
See if we can see anything that happens here. See, looks like maybe he just pinched up the track a little too much. Let it coast up the track just a little too much. Got into the back quarter panel of the 55, sent him around. Doesn't look like he hit the wall or anything, so just gonna have that little bit of quarter panel damage that he had taken from that wreck. But everybody avoiding it as well.
Wes was roughly 2 corners away from basically that race being done. Him winning, it's over. And now he's going to have to stack it back up and do it all over again. That outside line just didn't get formed. I mean, if there's no outside line, or if they don't try making a run on the backstretch, I mean, Wes will have this in the bag. With this draft package, with these trucks, you got to have momentum. You can't just build it out of nowhere. You got to be able to set yourself up for it. So that high lane's got to be a factor unless Wes is just going to go out here and go get himself a checkered flag, which he deserves for how he's been racing and the moves he's been making. I think Wes can do this, but see if someone can stop that.
Like you were saying, it's all going to come down to that outside lane. It's all going to come down to, you know, if it decides to form up, you know, if we get down to the white flag and you know, we've got a just an inside lane run, we might have a battle for the lead. You're going to see those guys going into turn 3, 4, maybe even down the backstretch starting to poke out into that you know, into that top lane. So it's going to be one of those things that we're kind of waiting to see. I want to see how this race is going to unfold.
Yeah, this is now the race. The last 76 laps, they honestly do not matter. I mean, what you have done, 75 laps we were supposed to originally do, they don't matter no more. I mean, this is it. You've got a clean truck or have got any type of truck that can relatively go up there and run for the lead, you are throwing it out there. And I am expecting to see guys like Travis Twitty, guys like Ed Osborne to put it all on the line right here for a win.
Want to go ahead and give a shout out to our new sponsor that we had come on board here, L&S Customs. They're located in Prospect Hill, North Carolina. They're a high-end custom car builder. They're the winners of the 2021 National Street Rod Association Builder of the Year for their award-winning Fastlane 50. They also offer everything from ground up one-off custom to restoring your custom to restoring your classic to its original form. Their facility houses a custom fabrication shop, body shop, state-of-the-art paint booth offering PPG paints, and a complete mechanical shop for the maintenance upgrades for your rods needs. Go to lnscustoms.com and search for them on Facebook to check out their latest work. Just want to go ahead and give a big shout out to them for coming on board. Also to ButtKicker, Kinder Performance Group, and Rims One, also for being a part of us.
So, big thing I noticed is Wes went up to the high side, and I mean, we were talking about how the high side needs to be the factor, but I think he should have stayed inside, kept the control there. I mean, force people to go out there. Don't try to set it up, because he's got Ed Osborne behind him, but he's pretty damaged up, so he's got to hope he gets a good jump here. But I think he probably should have kept the inside, but maybe it'll work out for him here with the jump.
We're gonna have to see. It's we've got 3 attempts at it, but we don't got a lot of race cars in that lead pack at the moment, so we'll see if they keep it relatively clean. But they are going green. Here we go. West Wigan, Daniel Worthington off to a good start as West Wigan's going to get out into that lead from West Wigan, as he is going to clear that in 113 with that 88. Yeah, it's going to say might be too good unless these boys right here start racing him. It looks like David Bracken's going to do the smart thing, push Worthington up to that 88.
Twitty's around. I think they're going to keep it green. Nope, they're going to call it. Twitty spinning out on the inside. Wes was a sitting duck there. That could have been bad. He got too big of a jump.
Yeah, it looks like Travis Twitty just came down the track a little bit. Got maybe thought he was a little clear. Maybe that 19 of Christopher Blanchard just having a little bit of momentum there. 29 trying to come down onto that bottom lane, just was not clear, and then you see him going around off the front bumper.
Yeah, I think Wes learned something on that restart. I think he's going to probably take it inside next time. He had a good jump, but you give yourself so much of a lead. If the people behind him check up and wait, they can just shoot past him down the backstretch and just hand him the win. So I think Wes should go probably back to the inside here. That outside, it worked, but it can go very badly if he doesn't do it right.
Hey, just want to give a shout out to Stacy Johnson on the YouTube chat. Great race. Enjoy listening to you guys. Go number 13, Brian Terry. Hey, good to have you, Stacy. We know you were there with us last season. It's good to have you here again this season.
Yeah, shout out Brian Terry. One of the greats.
Yeah, I'm looking for Wes Wigan here, like you were saying, to take that inside lane. Man, it's his restart was so good, but at a track like this, you can't take a restart like that, man. You saw that pack coming up to him, and if he gets a good enough restart and they don't form up all the way in turn 1 and 2, they're going to blow by him down the back straights once they do get formed up, excuse me. But
actually, Wes is going to come down pit road, so they're going to pit. Get the fuel. I think they were getting low on fuel, so probably a little stop and go. I don't know if anyone's going to stay out.
Joey set, Doug Nill going to stay out. Big damage on those machines. The two of Logan Russell, so this is going to make it fun up here.
Thing is, the 72 of Bobby, the last time he pitted was lap 61.
Ron Morris, you know, he's kind of got a clean race truck aero-wise. It's just a little bit of scrapage. I mean, he's got a little bit of crinkle on that rear left, or excuse me, rear right spoiler. But fender-wise and, you know, splitter-wise and everything, he's looking pretty good besides that front fender right there a little bit inside down that right side. But Ron Morris has got a pretty clean car, and he's got some good track position right here, boys.
I was looking back at Wes on the restart. If he would have at least got down in front of him and just let off, I think that race would have been over. I think Wes could have held control there because they didn't really have a lot of momentum going into 1. So, but now that Wes he's all the way back down to 6th now. They have him at with Joey up there in 1st. So, it's going to be interesting. Cars with a little bit of aero damage could scrape off a lot of speed, but yeah, like you're saying, that 76 truck looks like it's in good shape, but you never know though. The best looking truck could finish all the way in 10th. So yeah, it's about where you put yourself.
We have seen some pretty beat up cars win at Daytona over the years, that is for sure.
See who takes what line here. Looks like Doucette's going to take the inside, Doug Neal outside, so I think that 76 in a good spot, though. He's on the inside.
But do you realize these are two teammates linked up right here? And they were very, very aggressive early, pushing themselves. Do you think with those damaged race cars, if they're good enough push, they still secure a win for either one of them?
It's a two-player game. I mean, you could have 2 tandems going. It's just going to be whoever can withstand it and keep themselves and have the most momentum. I mean, that's why I look at Wes in the 76. They're starting side by side in the 3rd row. They got 2 rows in front of them. They know they can get up there, but it's how much are they willing to give to get up there? So
yeah, and
I think Doug he was out in front for most of this race, so I don't think
he
it'd be hard
was
for him to find a way.
But I was I made a mistake. Doug on Simbox and Joey actually on Misfit, so I do apologize about that. Very similar race trucks, and I forget his is Sim Shop, the other one's Simbox, so sorry.
Yeah, but you got to remember the next flag ends it all. So you're that 88 of Wes Wigan or that 76 of Rod Morris with those cleaner trucks. You do not want the caution to come out. You're going to have a good restart here, though.
My eyes are on Wes. That's 76 right now. See what they're going to do. See how much Wes is willing to do. I wouldn't be surprised to see Wes go 3 wide here on this restart. Heavy pushing,
yeah,
too.
It looks like the outside lane's not going as fast as it needs to be. You see Wes Wigan trying to get up there.
Look at that outside lane with Joey Doucette. They're struggling.
Wes Wigan is all over Bobby in the 72 right now.
Yeah, you see that Wes Wigan trying to push that 72 up out of the way. Oh, that damage is slowing down that 88. He is trying to push out of the way, but
look at the run.
Whoa, look at the middle lane.
Bracket! Here comes Bracket!
What a
to the lead, and he's wrecking David Brackett to the lead. Man, if they stay green, that is the run of a century from Brackett.
What a run. They're going to have one more try at this. I want to, wow, what a
Holy
run.
cow.
There is one more try?
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
one more
okay.
try.
I thought that was the final one. Okay, then I do apologize
Brackett-
about that earlier.
Brackett was all the way down in 10th on the inside, had a huge run off at 2, and just saw the middle and said, all right, don't mind if I do.
Shows
And
you how
just
slow
shot.
those trucks are in the lead right now.
Yeah. Brackett with very minimum damage, shot all the way.
Look at this
West was
run,
thinking
man.
the same thing, too. He just saw him shoot through the middle. He's like, yeah, I might as well go, too. And then just clipped that 72 and caused a wreck.
Oh, that was net code.
Yeah, it was a little tough break for Ed Osborne. 72 still
Oh, no,
okay,
Ed
though.
Osborne, big contact as well.
Yeah, Osborne. Tough
Wes
day.
Wiegand made some damage too, man. David Brackett, man. Look at Travis Twitty getting through. The 76 as well. Blanchard going to take some damage. 113 to Daniel Worthington. Brian Terry, more damage. Unfortunate for him. Zed Osborne's just going to be a beanbag down the
That's put that on the highlight reel. I'm going to start saying that for every broadcast I'm in. That move by Brackett was that was pretty
next
impressive.
level. That was next level, man. That's what it feels like when you're playing NR 2003 on the first lap on like 90 difficulty, you know? So he was just digging right there.
Like a
yeah, he just shot through like a cannon, man. He was just flying by those boys, and he was thinking, man, why has it been this easy all race? But Brackett just put himself in a dang good spot, man.
And see, just one person doing it. He had nothing associated with the wreck. Wes saw it too. And he thought, okay, I'm going to do the same thing, which would cause a domino effect. So just one move can change the whole race.
Man, that hood view, that rear view camera, look at the wreck. David Brackett, man, if he takes this checkered flag, he might be the man of the month.
Beautiful side draft. He used it on the inside on the first portion of the pass, and he used it on the outside on Wes. Pulled them back, and yeah, like you even said, the damage showing how slow they were going. I mean, you got to think, he's only maybe going like 6 miles per hour faster. Just 6, maybe 7. And he's going by them that fast. It's just the sense of speed. Like, it blew my eyes when I saw him shoot out into the lead.
Lead pack right there, and then all out of nowhere, it was just, here comes David Brackett on the run of his life.
Yeah, it was
good job by him, all by himself doing it too.
Yeah, I was watching that. I was actually glued onto the 88 and the 72 there, just watching what was going on with that, and then I just happened to glance and see a blur come between everybody. I was like, oh my goodness, there comes David Brackett through the middle.
What a move. Yeah, put that on the highlight reel at the end of the year. That move right there. That might be the winning move too. We're going to see which line he chooses. So who's he going to trust? Does he want Doug Neal or does he want Wes? I'd want Wes. I mean, if you get Wes behind you on the outside, he's going to give you a push, get to the inside, just play some defense. I think he'll be okay. So we'll see. Unless he goes with Doug Neal, then he's got to hope Wes doesn't get help. Which that's what he's going to do. He thinks that Doug's not going to get help, so he's going to stick with Wes. So this will be interesting. This is the final. Next flag will end it, no matter what.
Yeah, I do apologize about that. Coming to the green flag last time, I had gotten my numbers mixed up, and
we had 4.
Oh, okay, there is 4. Okay,
We've had 4, but we had the one that was like a legit, and then we had the 3 actual. Yeah. So we've had 4. This is the 4th attempt.
Okay. So you got my numbers mixed up, messed up, and I'm just all out of sorts.
Good. You're good. It happens, and what's gonna happen is this race is gonna end on this this last attempt right here. So down the back straightaway, I mean, you've got your spotters probably in your ear just telling you, look, this is it, man. You've got nothing else to fight for after this. I mean, this is the end of the race. If it comes to a caution, if it comes to the white flag and then a caution, or if it comes to the checkered, man, this is the race. I mean, this is it. So next flag ends it. You're about to see these boys, if you didn't think they were making big moves already, make big moves. But with a lot of damaged race trucks up there, I'm not expecting the craziest of moves right now. And I'm thinking Wes Wiegand and David Brackett are going to push themselves clear right here, and it's going to be a battle between these two for the win.
It's a thing that this is the first race of the season. Like, we still got a whole season to go. And also, shout out to Logan Russell and Christopher Blanchard up here in the mix, too. They've been kind of hanging around in the back, so it'll be interesting. One person just showing up at the end of the race can change the whole finish.
Well, here we go. We are going to crown a season opener champion right here, as I like to say. I don't know why I said it that way, but this is going to be your season opener set in stone at the end of this green-white-checkered. As here we go. David Brackett out to a good start, but Wes Wiegand, big push. Here comes that 77 on the outside lane. That outside lane already stacking up bad because that 77's lost a lot of speed.
76 on the outside.
Oh, two big shove.
Big bump there. Yeah, you're going to see
that
that.
88, I'd trail if I was him. He's a sitting duck out there.
38 needs to just block his life out.
Crossover.
He got him.
He crossed him over.
He wrecked him.
Oh! And they're wrecking.
Here comes Ron Morris. Ron Morris is going to win. Ron Morris is going to pick up the first victory of the season. Man, it's not the way you want to do it under caution, but hey, it was the last attempt. I mean, hey, and that's how you see it. Ron Morris coming from nowhere right there. And like we were talking about earlier, Chris, you can be in 5th place and still win this race. You can be in 10th place and still win this race. You can be wherever Ron Morris just was, because he came from 28 positions, and he is going to grab the victory here tonight.
Yeah, just going down the backstretch. There's a huge run made by Wes. Went to the outside, faked it, went back down to the inside. We thought he had it. And then going down the straightaway. Looks like they touched each other. Wes went up, Brackett in the wall, came back down, wrecked behind him. And then Wes had to come back up, and there goes Ron out to win the race. So good job by him. What a finish. What a season opener.
Heck yeah, what a season opener, man. Sorry, I was just listening to Race Control right quick. Man, awesome race right there that we had just witnessed, man. And Ron Morris is going to pick up the win. The race has to end under caution here, so.
And now we're not going to see another restrictor plate race till February. So getting this off our chest, good start. Get the points we can get and move on. So go on to Homestead, where really the season kicks off. Sees what kind of speed everyone's got.
Be until February? Do we go back to a super speedway?
Yep, Talladega race 14.
Oh my goodness, man. That feels like forever away. Why'd you just say that?
Yeah.
I want to see this action every week.
I think will be interesting this year to see too, and I'll be excited if I can hop in here and watch as the road course races. We got Coda here in just a couple of weeks. And so it'll be interesting to see these guys, see the speed we have on super speedways like we did tonight. Then we got 1.5 mile short track, and then a road course. So it'll be interesting.
Ron Morris is going to do his victory lap. He's going to come down here to the front straightaway, and we'll see if he does that burnout as he's getting it down in the gears. And here it comes. That 76 machine pull right up to the start-finish line.
Hey, it doesn't have to look the prettiest, but as long as they can hold that checkered flag, that's all that matters.
He's going to come right up to the camera, too. There it is. The 76 going to burn it down, as he is going to win the inaugural race of the season here at Daytona. Ron Morris, you are a winner in the Bluegrass Truck Series. Heck yeah, man. It is good to see a first-time winner, his rookie debut here. A lot of rookies this season, and it's good to see a rookie pick up the win. We were talking about it earlier, but man, David Brackett picking up second. Actually, I think our standings are all out of sorts from that wreck.
I think it will go by iRacing, so I think you are correct. I think, well, it's going to go Morris, Worthington, Mason, Twitty, Blanchard.
Yeah, my live timing is going off of where everybody stopped on the caution period at the end of the race.
I think it's going to go Morris, Worthington, CJ, Twitty, Blanchard, Neal, Brackett.
So our top three will be Worthington, Mason, and Morris.
Since it was ending under green-white-checkered, the caution, it freezes the field, and then they do the pace lap, and then when they cross the line, according to their position, is where they finish. That's why everyone's like 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. They're all right next to each other on the pace lap. So I think that is the official finishing order. So CJ Mason picking up a third.
Daniel Worthington going to be second, and Ron Morris going to be first, man.
Good job to Morris, though. I mean, he stayed. Sometimes it's good to be in the back, and sometimes it's good to be out in the front. I mean, Doug Neal's still getting sixth. Brackett with his move gets him a seventh. So
Joey Doucette, after an unfortunate night, man, he's still going to finish decent in the points in eighth. Robert Richards ninth, and it's going to be Logan Russell in 10th. Joshua Lockwood going to finish in 11th with Bobby Matusevsky going to be finishing 12th. Bobby Hall Jr. going to be finishing 13th. Wes Wigan 14th with Ed Osborne 15th. Brian Terry 16th. Scott Madden 17th. Logan Smith 18th with Josh McKinney 19th. Cody Verrill going to finish 20th with Michael York 21st. Josh Clemens 22nd with Eric Gaskins 23rd. David Proctor going to finish 24th with that 25th position going to Jason Bridges. Dakota Shepard 26th with Dean Klon 27th. Eli Raposo 28th with Taylor Peacock 29th. Anthony Stevens 30th with Torrey Thompson 31st. Brett Nilsson 32nd with Alan DeRoca. Oh my goodness. Duranco, excuse me. He's going to finish 33rd with Trent Cameron 34th. And Tyler Johnson running out your field in that 35th position. I actually want to say he was race control, so do apologize about that. But forget he's a Cup driver. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and bring in CJ Mason. Have a word with your third place finisher here. See what he's got to say about finishing on the podium for his inaugural race of the season. CJ Mason, this is Chris, Josh Kiwis, and Jeremiah Hobbs up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I do, buddy. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get out of the race.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah, I'm here, man. What's up?
All right, CJ, we just saw we saw you come from that 20, what was it? You finished, or excuse me, you started in 30th, correct? Yes. And you came up here and you finished in that third place tonight, CJ. And, you know, you had a little bit of contact there at the end with some other drivers. I mean, you got spun around there, I want to say a handful of laps before the finish. But, you know, CJ, you recovered. And, you know, early we were talking about how, you know, you can always see CJ Mason's name in the ticker sitting 25th, 26th, 27th, all race. And then in those last 20, you're always going to be up there at the front. So what was you cooking up there strategy-wise? And how did it feel finishing on the podium here tonight for the inaugural race of the season?
It's good, buddy. First off, I want to congratulate Ron. Ron's an old RC friend of mine, and we raced together a couple weeks ago in a Friday night race, and I got him to join the league, and I think he's glad he did. So I want to give Ron big congratulations, as well as Bobby there. We kind of worked together. I don't know, man. I kind of wanted to wait till 5 to go, but ended up there with 10 to go. And that's where I was at. And, you know, got turned around on the back stretch and got turned around again under caution and got wrecked at the end of the race. And so it's kind of the same thing. Some of these guys need to be racing legend cars. You know, they don't need to be racing trucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it was a good race, though, overall from you, CJ. You looked very, very comfortable in the draft out there, and you know, you got up that 55 machine up in the front. You know, there a lot towards the end, and overall it seemed like you had the speed. And like Jeremiah was saying earlier, you know, we don't go to another super speedway track for a while, so sure you're glad to get that out of the way here early and ready to look forward to the rest of this season. But CJ, congrats on the P3. Boys, you got any words for CJ?
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is, so with Daytona, of course, we don't have another restrictor plate till February. So what's kind of your mindset going to Homestead next week and for the rest of the season after getting done with Daytona tonight?
Just stay out of trouble. You know, just try to run my own race like I did. I asked Jason to put me on Discord channel. I kind of just wanted to stay, you know, didn't want a bunch of people in there, no disrespect or anybody to Brian or nobody else. I just kind of wanted my own channel where I kind of focus on the race. I love the trucks more than anything, man. I'd race the trucks any day of the week. And, you know, been really excited for the series to start up. So I guess just going to Homestead, just try to stay out of trouble and try to rack up some top fives.
Well, heck yeah, CJ. Oh,
I
sorry.
would also like to thank, I know he's watching at home there, Chris Papa, 1-3 Speed, Raise Energy, First Page Media, the ButtKicker, obviously, for sponsoring the league. Sticker Mule, and then my wife and kids were actually watching at home. They were watching on the TV, watching the whole race. So it's pretty cool. Cam, my oldest one's watching, so is my wife. So thank you guys for what you do. Thank you for Jason. I know Jason's got school, a lot of stuff going on. So Jason, thank you for putting your time in the league, and thank you guys for always a great broadcast.
Yeah, well, you just cut out the last question I was going to ask you then, CJ. But heck yeah, man. Again, congrats on picking up your first podium of the season. It's always good to see a CJ Mason podium, and we're excited to see you going into Homestead next week, man. And enjoy the podium, celebrate it. But we'll be looking forward to you next week at Homestead, buddy.
Yes, sir. Long way to go. Thank you, guys.
Hey, thank you, man. You have a good night. All right, and that was CJ Mason. Go ahead and bring in that 113, Daniel Worthington. Have a word with your second place finisher. Daniel Worthington. This is Chris, Josh, and Jeremiah up in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do.
Hey, man, you finished second place here tonight, and that 113 machine looked like it had the potential all night. You were kind of just hanging out in that 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th position, area all night. And, they're coming towards the end. It looked like you had another shot at a little bit of damage on that machine. But, that big one did pop out. You were able to still salvage a second place out of it. How are you feeling coming out of the inaugural race of the season here at Daytona? I know it's probably a big sigh of relief to get this one over with here, but how are you feeling after, what feels like you had a comfortable night here and seemed like you could have gotten it done in that 113? You think you could have done anything differently to maybe change the outcome of tonight, or you happy with that second place here?
Oh, I'm definitely happy with this second place. I mean, after that race, that was some work. I mean, I was involved in a couple of the wrecks. I was just staying high, and I had some left side, driver's side damage there. And that last one, I skimmed right through and got lucky on it.
Oh, yeah, as I was going to say, man, it looked like a lot of cars got through that really lucky, and you're one of those cars that made it through, man. And with all the damage, with all the misfortune tonight, I'm pretty sure it was one of those nights coming in we were talking about earlier. You can get really road ragey, it seems like, at Daytona really quick, but all the adversity, all the trouble, that 113 machine still ends up on the podium, man, in the inaugural race of the season. So you got to almost feel like that's kind of like a personal win here tonight.
Oh, for sure, especially races like this. I mean, there's a lot of new guys in this season, so you got to feel them out too. But it's a restrictor place, so you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. I mean, a lot of brake checking. Seems like a lot of people, didn't have a lot of experience. But other than that, we had a good race. Teammates, they didn't have such good luck, but other than that, it was good.
It was a good race from our perspective, and Jeremiah, Chris, you guys got any words for Daniel?
The only thing I gotta say is we were talking to CJ about it, how we're not gonna be racing until Talladega in February. Had a good finish, got second. Got any mindsets going on through the season, or was Daytona really that big of a deal for you this week, or kind of what was your mindset for this going into this new season?
Oh, pick them off one by one. Each track, focus on the next track, practice. Go in with a head of steam and try to get that win, and just go that way. Get that attitude. I mean, yeah, it was a good start for a second. It would have been awesome if I got the win and out of the way, but no, we're just gonna focus on each track and each week and go from there.
Indeed, man, that's exactly what it seems like all you drivers are saying, and it's gonna be fun, Daniel. I'm glad we're back with Bluegrass racing, man. Good to see you back in the Truck Series in that 113 machine. One of the only drivers really out there. A couple of you guys, but one of those OGs, man, running that OG number. So it's good to see that 113 back out in the field, and excited to see you come to Homestead next week, man. But if we've got any final words, shout outs, or thoughts before we let you go here tonight, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
Yeah, I got to thank Jason for doing all his hard work in this series, ButtKicker, all the guys that put their time in this. I got to thank Charlie at Milder Media Design for this wrap. I got to thank the team at Flex Motorsports. I got to thank Button Box, iFlag, you guys for broadcasting, and the woman for letting me do this. It's fun.
Heck yeah, man! It's fun when you. It's fun when you're doing what you enjoy, man. And we're glad that we were able to have another word with you here tonight. It's always a pleasure to get to talk to you, Daniel. And again, congratulations on that podium step here tonight. And we'll be seeing you next week at Homestead, bud.
For sure. You guys have a good one.
You too, man. And we're going to go ahead and bring it in. Ron Morris, your winner. Have a word with the inaugural Bluegrass race winner, Ron Morris. Ron, Morris, Chris, Josh, and Jeremiah up in the Bluegrass booth. Do you got a copy, man? Ron Morris, your winner.
Yes, I got you guys. How you doing?
Doing good, man. It was awesome to watch you go out there and do an excellent job. Just get out there and really will in the car.
Yes, I got you guys. Man.
Doing good, man.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, just give us 1 second. Ron's gonna mute the stream right quick.
Yeah, I was watching the broadcast. Man, I don't know if I'll sleep tonight. That was awesome.
Nah, you're good.
Man, that was awesome. I love Daytona. But I like short tracks too. That's a big weight off my back because I really want to make the playoffs, and I'm not good at road courses. So I got that one behind me. I'm locked in. I got to thank CJ Mason, man. He told me about this league a couple weeks ago. We were running a little race together, and I sat there and thought about it because I was running another league on Monday nights, an ARCA league that I didn't really like as much. I love the trucks, and I was sitting there at lunchtime today at work and decided I'm gonna sign up. I'm gonna run tonight, and I'm damn glad I did. I'll be sharing the heck out of this broadcast tomorrow. Hopefully, I can get y'all some views on Facebook. 'Cause I got to tell the world about this one. It's just awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be going in. Everybody that's going to be listening to you about it tomorrow, you say, hey, look at this. I won this race last night, baby. This was me coming to the big one at the end. That was one heck of a race, Ron. It was fun to watch. Actually, towards the end, I was saying, you got to watch that 76, one of the few cleaner trucks, I would say, up towards the front. And, man, if you didn't go out there in that big one and find that, just that hole, you went cold trickle style through the smoke, and you got the win right there when it mattered, man. And, Ron, I just got to say it was an awesome, awesome win for you. And, hey, heck of a job just coming in here tonight saying, hey, I'm just going to sign up at work and guess I'm going to go in here and race tonight. You picked up the win. No, Daytona is not one of those tracks you got to get too much practice at, but hey, you did an excellent job tonight, Ron, and it was awesome watching you cut through the field tonight. And Jeremiah, you got any words for our winner here tonight?
Yeah, first off, congratulations. Second of off, was it getting kind of deceiving mostly through that race, just kind of sitting back waiting, and then compared to that last lap right there where everyone's wrecking all around you, like kind of how deceiving and how much was your patience getting to a point throughout this race?
Yeah, I got to thank CJ for that. He kept me patient. I'm bad about trying to get out there and run out front, and usually about 10 to go, I'm wrecked out and not in the race anymore. I mean, I can run up front all day, but CJ coached me a little bit. We're gonna stay back. We're gonna stay back, and we did. Kept our nose clean. Towards the end of the race, I think CJ and I pretty much had the cleanest trucks in the whole race, and we got caught up in a little bit there at the end. But it's hard to have that patience. But man, you see where it pays off. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the rest of the season.
Heck yeah, man. Well, that's it's awesome, man. CJ was telling us a story. Two buddies that were at the RC track a couple weeks ago talking about a racing league. Now you are both on the podium, one in victory lane, the other on the third step, man. It's got to be a good feeling from you, Ron. I mean, just a good story, and it's awesome to hear you're into the league and you're ready for it full time now, baby. That's what I'm liking. So Ron,
worth it. I'll tell you that.
Worth it. Definitely worth it with these Bluegrass guys. You were gonna love your stay here. And
now me and you got something in common. We both get wins in weird situations.
Oh, yeah. Weird situations. Yeah, Jeremiah won his first race last season at Talladega in the same predicament. Coming out of turn 4, big wreck. He got out in the lead and won the thing. So it's awesome, man. It's just a big congratulations to you. I mean, win them how you can get them, and we love seeing Ron Morris Jr. getting a victory lane.
He's got his name out there. Now he's got to keep going.
Sometimes it's all about being in the right place at the right time. Let's go to Homestead next week and rip the fence. And hey, I got to win, but I'm still going to go for some more. I want to pull Kyle Larson.
Yeah, buddy.
Try to win 8.
No. Yes, sir.
Hey, what I seen in the broadcast, you guys do a good job, but I'll be watching it tomorrow, and I'll tell a lot of people about it. But thank y'all for broadcasting, and appreciate Bluegrass for hosting the league. I look forward to the rest of the season.
All right. Well, heck yeah, Ron. It was good seeing you out here tonight, man. And I'm assuming you don't have any more final shout outs. If you do, you can go ahead and throw them out there. But if not, it's good talking to you, and we'll be seeing you next Monday at Homestead. And congratulations on the victory, man.
See you next week. Thank y'all.
All right, thank you, man. Yeah, sorry, my Discord was being very weird. All right, well, we're gonna bring Jason Collins up in here, league owner. He's gonna have a word right quick. He wants to say a word to you fans right quick. All right, Jason, this is Chris, Josh, and Jeremiah up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Oh, doing excellent, man. That was a awesome race, man. Way to kick off the season. Like we said to all the drivers, isn't it great that Bluegrass is back?
Oh man, it's such a great thing to have going on again. It's so amazing. We've got an amazing crop of fresh talent coming into our truck series. We've got the Xfinity series starting up tomorrow night. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Obviously, our Cup series. We just celebrated our season 3 Cup champion Alex Huffman at Millbridge last week, Monday, and it was just amazing. Such an amazing group of guys that we've got put together here. And I can absolutely tell you that this season is going to be spectacular. We've got ButtKicker on board, again, bringing us more of their amazing equipment with the Gamer 2 units. We picked up L&S Customs. They're up in Raleigh, North Carolina. Any of your custom hot rod needs, make sure you check those guys out because they are top of the line, award-winning rod builders. And obviously, we got Kinder Performance Group who does the sponsoring of our carts for the Cup champion. And, it's just amazing to have all these guys on board with us this season. And they're all of our partners. I want to say thank you to all those guys. You guys did an amazing job tonight. It was a spectacular broadcast. Really, really proud of Chris for all the hard work that he's putting in. And Josh, you've done an amazing job commentating, doing the play-by-play. So let's keep it up. Let's have a great season. And I look forward to what you guys can do tomorrow night and Wednesday, man.
Again, Jason, we appreciate the kind words, man, and appreciate bringing us back on. We're so glad that we have gotten to come back and see this action Bluegrass. We know it's going to be a great season. It's going to be a one these fans don't want to miss. Well, Jason, if you've got any final words before we let you go here tonight, man, you can, if you want to say anything for the fans, you can go ahead and say it.
Just congratulations to Ron for joining us today and racing with us tonight, and good job on the win. Everybody else, hopefully we can put on a good show for you guys next week at Homestead. So I hopefully you guys are as pumped as I am about this season. So let's just go. Let's get it, baby.
Yeah, let's get it. Well, Jason, thank you for coming up here and having a few words with us, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And we're gonna go ahead and send these fans off tonight. Send you off as well. And again, thank you for having us on board for our second season at least. And we're ready for the future here.
All right, guys, y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir. You too. All right, and that was Jason, man. You can hear it. He was pumped. But all right, boys, you guys got any final words, Jeremiah, Chris, before we let the fans go?
Good race tonight. It's what we expected. Just getting the feelings out. But I think next week's gonna be, or not next week. Well, yeah, next week too with Homestead. I like tracks with multi-groove, so kind of disappointed there's no Kansas this year. But I think for these guys, it's good to get their feet set in, understand what's going to be going on, see how everyone is, and then take it in next week. Then we got tomorrow night with Xfinity here, and then Cup on Wednesday. So tomorrow night's going to be real interesting. I mean, this whole league's amazing, but I think this Xfinity series is really going to be the top of the food chain with Cup guys coming in, truck guys coming in, new guys coming in. So I think tomorrow night's going to be a blast. So I hope everyone who was able to watch tonight is able to check in tomorrow. And I think it's going to be a great race. Same with Wednesday too with the Cup race. Cup races, it's always good. It's just who's going to be the main topic of the hour. So good week at Daytona this week, I think.
Yes, sir, you are correct. I mean, it's, like just to basically touch on what you said, it's been a lot of fun, being here and being a part of this and, getting to call these races and, Talladega. I mean, I keep saying Talladega, Daytona. It's always a lot of fun to get to call these races because, it's like we said earlier in the stream, you don't really know who you're going to be talking about at the end of the race. So it's one of those things. It's just kind of like, what do they say? Just kind of throwing a dart randomly at a wall. Just kind of hoping it doesn't stick in something that's really expensive. So it's just one of those things that this track is a lot of fun to watch, and you know it's going to be really interesting going into the Xfinity race tomorrow because that's going to be the inaugural kickoff season for that Xfinity series. So it's going to be a lot of fun watching these new cars go around. Well, not new cars, the new series going around Daytona tomorrow, and then of course the Cup cars are always a lot of fun. But hey, just like I was saying, big shout out to Jason, big shout out to the Bluegrass guys. Thank you for coming into the booth tonight, Jeremiah. Josh, always putting up with the crap going on and and everything that happens. So just big shout out to everybody. Thank you to the Facebook and the YouTube chat for sticking around and talking and everything. So just we couldn't do it without you guys, and of course LNS Customs, Kinder Performance, ButtKicker, and Rims One for coming on, being sponsors of the Bluegrass series, and letting this be a thing.
Well, that is going to be all from us up here in the Bluegrass booth. This has been Jeremiah Hobbs. Once again, thank you for coming on, buddy. Chris Kiwis and Josh Kiwis, myself up here in the booth. We are very excited to go to Homestead next week for the trucks, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m., the Xfinity Series will be debuting in their first season on Bluegrass at Daytona, so make sure to catch it tomorrow. You do not want to miss it. You're going to get to see our boy Jeremiah go out there and sling that thing, and he's going to pick up another win. I'm telling you, Jeremiah's winning a race this season, if not more. So we got to see our boy we got to see our boy get out there and do good. So yeah, you guys aren't going to want to miss it.
You ready?
Getting the shout outs in there. Well, all right. Well, guys, again, do not want to miss tomorrow night Xfinity race, and then Wednesday night the Cup will be at Daytona as well, 9 p.m. also. So again, we will see you tomorrow night Xfinity, 9 p.m. Daytona. Tune in. You will not want to miss it. Excuse me. Have a good night, and we will be seeing you tomorrow night.